Alright, hello everyone, Simon here. Let's continue playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We are the second part of the second day of the trial. There's 3 parts to this trial, by the way, so it's a huge long finale. February 10, 1:06 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Now then, let's continue where we left off, shall we? Well, witness. Yes, how can I help you, Mr. Judge? Well, it seems that if we are to learn the truth, we'll need to hear your testimony. I have no problem with that. Why? But when you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown. No, it's fine. So this is Maya, right? Who can channel her? I think only Maya. This is Maya channeling Dalia. So Iris is stuck in the training cabin because they swap places. During the earthquake, Iris and Dalia swap places. Well, Iris and Maya swap places, but Maya is channeling Dalia. In any case, let's hear your testimony. Tell us about the plan that was carried out that night. So she's just gonna tell us? Why? The whole plan began with my death. A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. But for it to work, Maya Fay would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris. Wow. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway. So that means you really are... Wait a minute. Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Fay? Yes, you have a problem with that? Don't give me that. Don't give us that nonsense. There's no way... Watch yourself, trite. If you've got a problem, solve it during cross-examination. That's one of my rules. Mr. Godot is correct, and by the way, that's one of my rules as well. To kill Maya. Could it be true? No, Maya is channeling her right now. That's Maya. Because nobody else can be channeling Maya, right? It's only Maya. I mean, no one else could be channeling her right now, because Pearl is not channeling her. The whole plan began with my death. I wonder if she knows that it's Maya channeling her. You were executed last month, correct? Yes, I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant. How did you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk with Morgan Fay? Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me. Since I was on death row and she was my mother, it was actually pretty easy to meet with her. I see. So that's when you discussed the plan. Ah! Are you crazy? At first that woman was planning to kill me as well. Even though I'm her own daughter. Yeah. Or to make Pearl Fay the master of Curain. She's a cold, twisted woman. Kinda like you. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister, Misty, took her place as the master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan. A plan, huh? A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. You're talking about Pearl Fay, is that correct? Yes, though at first she had high hopes for the two of us. You and your twin sister, Iris. That's correct. Fortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her. Along with our father. That's not how Pearl... Wait, no. That's not how Iris tells the story. Abandoned? The only person I ever really cared about in life was myself. True. My sister was a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her at an old temple. You mean Iris? Yes, my father remarried a woman who also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around, right? Right, but I mean... Do you really think money is worth more than people? Money is not worth more than family. Because look, each person throughout their lifetime is like, during their working hours, is productive to about $1 million, maybe $1.5 million. But that's only their working hours, so they only spend 1/3 of their time working. So they each anyway, a person is worth more than money, is what I'm saying. Even if you do the math. I'm not being touchy-feely here, I'm not being like, oh, morals. I'm talking about, like, if you literally do the math, the person's productivity is worth more than the money. I mean, the diamond was only $2 million. Just one sibling is worth more than $2 million. And on top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general. How horrible! Yeah, no, she's lying! The really horrible one was that woman, that bitter, vengeful woman. Yeah, no, you're horrible. So we can't believe anything she says, really. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child, Pearl Fei. She was born with an abundance of spiritual power, unfortunately for her. Morgan Fei heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams onto that poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline become the main family. But for it to work, Maya Fei would first have to die! Maya would have to die? But why? Because she's the current master. For our bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Pearl the new master, the remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of. But Pearls would never agree to a plan like that. She adores Maya. How sad. You still don't get it, do you? What Pearls wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of the master, that's all. That's ridiculous! She was willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter. And naturally, the life of Maya Fei as well. How could anyone do that? Oh, they don't... Do they not know it was Misty Fei? They don't know Elise... Donum was Misty. I don't think she knows. Wait, no, we talked about it yesterday, didn't we? Didn't we say it yesterday? The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris. You were going to kill Maya! Pearl didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was follow the instructions in the letter and channel me. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. In any case, I'm already dead and there's nothing any of you can do to me. True. Grr. So the plan was to blame the crime on your younger twin, on Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. She and I look absolutely identical. No one can tell us apart. If someone were to witness me killing Maya, naturally they would think it was Iris that had done it. And the witness in this case was the head nun, Sister Bikini. I never would have guessed she was going to return to Hazakura Temple that night. But she wound up seeing Iris's crime anyway. But why did you want to pin the murder on Iris in the first place? She's your twin sister, isn't she? Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her. No, you just said that you were the backstabber. You told your father to get rid of her. Because you wanted more money. Literally, you are the backstabber. Backstabber! You just don't understand. You never will. Anyway. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway. You think the plan was a success? You heard me. Just as that woman had hoped. Maya Fei is dead. No. You're Maya Fei. Now the title of the master will pass on to Pearl Fei. That's absurd! Maya is just... No, he doesn't know either. She's just trapped inside the sacred cavern. No. No, this is Maya. She doesn't know. She just... Really? You're as foolishly optimistic as ever, aren't you? My darling Feeny. Do you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I've despised you. Yeah, I know, Iris told me. Your sniveling naivete and your pathetic faith in other people. I just want to know one thing. What did you personally think of Morgan Fay's plan? I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of. If that's how you feel, why did you help her carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya? Because she enjoys killing people. You see, this is the thing that good people don't understand, is that bad people enjoy being bad. Why do people kill others? See, like, if you ask a good person, would you ever kill someone? They say, no, it'd be horrible. But if you ask a serial murderer, they'll tell you, no, it's quite entertaining. Killing people is quite entertaining. So, you know, you have to have the right temperament to be a murderer, is what I'm saying. And Dalia has the right temperament. Or the wrong temperament, depending on your, you know, morals. You may not understand it, being the kind and gentle soul that you are. You may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that. So then tell me, why? Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I only act in my own self-interest. The reason I helped her was for myself. For my own personal satisfaction. Ah, good people never get it. What did you say? So this woman, Dalia Hawthorne, she had her own reason for wanting Maya dead. Yeah, because it's fun. Do you understand why I would kill Maya Fey now? What my goal was? Obviously, it's because you were helping Morgan Fay. Helping? Don't make me laugh. From the day I was born to the day I died, I never helped anyone. I lived for myself, and in the end I died for myself. I thought that was obvious. So she wasn't actually cooperating with Morgan. She was just using Morgan and her plan so she could accomplish her own goal. All I wanted to do was kill Maya Fey. That was the only way I could think of to get revenge. Oh, she's getting revenge on Mia. Revenge! It looks like I have no choice but to present that piece of evidence. I can't believe it! She meant to kill Maya! I've got to keep a cool head! And I need to get more information out of her. It's the only way to understand this plan, and what she was after as well. Literally, she is Maya. Alright, what am I presenting? I'm presenting Mia? So she the game wants me to present Mia here, right? Could it be that your actual goal had nothing to do with Maya Fey herself? As I said, none of you have the power to punish me anymore. Because I'm already dead. Well, I had the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead. And you can't take revenge against them either. You wanted to take revenge on someone? I was sentenced to die because of that woman. No, it's because of your own crimes. Mia Fey! I somehow knew this was it. I wanted to send her a message. Yeah, she's already dead. What message? It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation. I wanted her to feel the same pain she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up. And the reason it was impossible was it perhaps because Mia Fey had already died? Yes, and I realized there's only one way to take revenge against the dead. And how do you do that? Even when the body dies, the spirit, The ego, it lives on, forever! I wanted to take away the person that Mia Fey loved the most. I wanted to kill her with my own hands! But then she'd be dead and then she would join Mia. I mean, would it really hurt them? Like, if your immortal soul continues forever, who cares if you kill something? They just hang around forever. That would be the one and only way I could take my revenge against Mia Fey. Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Literally, it does not make any sense. That was the reason I helped out with that woman's plans. Just for that? For that you would kill Maya? Your goal was no different than that of Morgan Fey. You are just as stupid and pathetic. As they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Oh snap, the judge coming in with the elbow. Owned! What a cruel plan. Cruel, cold, and heartless. Don't waste your time preaching to the dead. I've already told you there's not a thing you can do to me. Isn't there? Grr. That night. At about 9:30 PM, I materialized into this world. I quickly pinned my hair up and put on a demon warding hood. Then I picked up the staff that was by my side and left Hazakura Temple. You picked up the staff that was by your side. Misty channeled you? Misty channeled you. So it was Elise Donham who channeled her after all. But Elise died. Misty channeled her. Maya killed Misty. And then Maya channeled her. That ridiculous head nun never noticed a thing. She left Maya Fey at the inner temple and wobbled back, clutching her poor old back. What did you do then? That kid was easier to handle than I had hoped. I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Then I took out a dagger I got from the storeroom and... So then you're saying you stabbed Maya? It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. You don't have a clear memory of what happened after that? Did you really stab Maya? What does that mean? No clear memory. I don't know. I think I was stabbed. What? Wait a minute. How did they swap places? How did they swap places? Misty was channeling her. Misty was channeling Dalia. Dalia stabbed Maya. And then they immediately swapped places? Somehow... How did they swap places? Stabbed her and then Maya channels her. And then Misty channels Maya? What? No, that can't be right. I think I was stabbed? You were stabbed? At the last minute, Maya Fey must have stabbed me, I'm sure of it. No, they switched... They switched places? That's not like her at all. Maya wouldn't stab a French fry with a plastic fork. Anyway, I suddenly lost consciousness. But before I did, I scrawled her name on the lantern. Just as I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back. I had hoped it would cast suspicion on her. I can't believe she was thinking of that until the bitter end. That's where my memory temporarily stops. It stops. I don't have any memory of actually killing Maya Fey with my own 2 hands. My very last memory was Maya's terror-filled eyes. When I woke up after that, I was in the sacred cavern surrounded by darkness. That's when, at that point, Maya went into the cavern and summoned her, or channeled her. You were in the sacred cavern. The entrance was sealed with one of those trick locks. Yeah, and I don't know who put that there. Possibly Iris put that there. Wait a minute, no, Iris couldn't get across the bridge. Who was on the other side? Pearl. Pearl was on the other side. Oh wait, no, Pearl is... Could Pearl have put the lock on? They locked Maya in the cavern and then Maya channeled Dalia into the cavern. Somehow I had been trapped in there. But how did you wind up in there? I'd like to know that myself. Anyway, I was worried. I didn't know whether or not Maya Fey was dead. And I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew I had killed her myself. No, Maya's channeling you right now. For a ghost, you're one tough cookie. I wanted to get out of there and make sure she was dead. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out. The trick lock stopped you. Huh. I didn't know how to remove it. So then you're saying you were actually confined against your will inside this sacred cavern? Yes, I wanted to get rid of that annoying lock as soon as possible. But it wasn't easy. I kept getting interrupted while I was working on it. Interrupted? It was early in the morning, but someone came into the training hall. What? Who? Could it have been Maya? No, I thought the same thing, but I couldn't see. Why not? If someone had spotted me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge. So I made sure to hide myself well at the back of the sacred cavern. That morning, only 2 people could have gone into the training hall. Maya and Pearls. It would have been Pearls. Pearls went there to cover the hanging scroll in gravy. Still, I finally managed to remove the lock. But I was too late. What do you mean by that? The flies had already started to gather. The bridge had been fixed and the police had started the investigation, correct? Naturally, I couldn't go out. So instead, I returned to the cavern and put the lock back on myself. I realized I wouldn't get a chance to see Maya's corpse as I had hoped. But just then, Lady Luck showed up. Lady Luck! After that big earthquake, she showed up all by herself. The real Iris. She said she'd come to make sure the sacred cavern was alright. Stupid girl. I came out from the sacred cavern and got a feel for the situation. And I locked her away in my place. Why did Iris let her out anyway? I had finally learned exactly what had happened. It was then that I learned that the plan had actually succeeded. What do you mean your plan had succeeded? I had misunderstood one thing, you see. That knight, the one that had summoned me. I had assumed it was Pearl Fey. Well, of course you would have assumed that. It was written in the instructions. But I was wrong. The person that had actually called my spirit back was... Misty Fey, the picture book author. Okay, she knows that. What? Well, that's really the only possibility, isn't it? After I lost consciousness in the garden. It was her body that was left lying there. But why did you get stabbed? You said you stabbed at Maya, but you got hit instead. Maya Fey. I wasn't able to kill her with my own hands after all. But even so, I made her commit the most vile sin a human can commit. And that is matricide, the sin of killing your own mother, or her own mother. No way! Order in the court, what is the meaning of this? It's true that I was the one who attacked Maya Fey, but even so, the murderer who actually snuffed out Misty Fey's life was none other than your darling little Maya! Ridiculous! That's nonsense! Are you sure about that? Just think about it. There's even evidence supporting these facts, isn't there? What? What do you mean? What is this so-called evidence? The fact that Maya Fey has disappeared is evidence enough, isn't it? She's not disappeared. Huh. The idea that she's still in the sacred cavern is just ridiculous. She wasn't able to escape from the inner temple, that much is obvious. In that case, there's only one place she could be. Where? Do I have to spell it out? The bottom of Eagle River. Where else? No. No, she's not. How can you know way? How is she that dumb? Dalia, who's channeling you right now, Dalia? How many summoners are there? How does she not know? How can she not know? Come on, who's channeling you right now? Eagle River? Like, come on, man. Come on. Maya Fey killed her long-lost mother. Can you imagine the guilt she must have felt when she realized that? That's why she threw herself into the Eagle River. Most bodies that wind up in there are lost forever. Yeah, except yours. Except Phoenix. So, what do you have to say now, Feeny? Oh, is that Godot's phone? Oops. Sorry, this is my phone. That's a great ringtone. What kind of ringtone is that? Godot here. Okay, thanks. Was it something important? They just finished removing the locks from the sacred cavern. That's great! What about Maya? Only Iris is inside. There was a woman in the cave. Was it Maya Fey? It was the accused, Sister Iris. Huh. Don't look so surprised. I locked her in there yesterday. I just finished telling you that. Yeah, I know. So what about Maya? Where is she? There was no one else found inside the sacred cavern. Where is she? Come on. Do you think the story writer thinks this is like really clever? It's like, oh ho ho, no one's gonna figure this out. Oh ho ho, I'm so smart, no one's gonna figure this out. Come on. Really? No one's gonna figure this out? No, it can't be. She's right there! She's right there! I told you, didn't I? She's dead! No, you're dead. No. No! This is, come on. Look. This plot twist relies on the player being like completely oblivious and not keeping track of how many mystics there are, right? We know it's not Pearls. We talked to Pearls earlier. And all the others are dead. Right? There's one summoner, two summoner. She's dead. She's not really a summoner, I don't think. But she's accounted for. Right, like, she's accounted for, she's accounted for, she's dead, she's accounted for. She's in prison. It's only Maya. It's obviously... Come on! How can anyone not figure this out? It seems that this case has come to an end. A tragic end. Objection! Sadly, it appears the killer of Elise Donum, also known as Misty Faye, was her own daughter, Maya Faye. I don't think that's actually what happened, because Dalia was confused about the exact moment of the stabbing. Something happened there. Somehow they switched bodies very quickly. Somehow they switched bodies really quickly. Overcome with guilt for what she had done, Maya Faye jumped to her death into the raging waters of the Eagle River. It can't be. Ha! Come on. God knows. Trite, have you ever heard this one? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth, no matter how improbable it may seem. What is that supposed to mean, Prosecutor Godot? According to this witness, Maya Faye threw herself into the Eagle River. However, is that really the truth? Remember, this woman testified earlier that the bridge was already on fire when the murder was taking place in the garden. Which means if Maya had thrown herself into the river, it must have been from the inner temple side near the bridge. I mean, we don't need this. First of all, you can't reach the water from here. We don't need that elaboration. That's right. That's where she jumped from. But that's impossible. It's impossible to jump into the river from there. What? Don't get your panties all twisted up, Trite. Just relax and think through the whole thing again. So it's impossible. Maya couldn't have thrown herself into Eagle River. Well, Mr. Wright, Miss Hawthorne claims Miss Faye threw herself into the river from the inner temple side. It's not important, come on. Do you have any evidence that refutes this claim? It's impossible to jump into the Eagle River from the inner temple side. No one knows that better than this witness. What did you say? 11 years ago, you jumped into the very same river. Just take a look at this overhead map. As you can see, below the cliff on the inner temple side is a big rock shelf. Oh! Oh! You're right. She wouldn't have reached the river if she jumped off from there. In other words, if she had jumped, we should be able to see her body in this photo. Ah! Ha! So you finally figured it out. It's not important. Come on, it's not important. You! No! Order! You're just playing with me. Maya Faye's body is at the bottom of the Eagle River. There's nowhere else she could possibly be hiding. Come on. Are you dumb? Or are you trying to trick Phoenix? Miss Hawthorne, have you ever heard this one before? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Yes, just a few minutes ago. Maya Fey wasn't inside the sacred cavern. We now know she didn't throw herself into the Eagle River. Correct? That eliminates all the most likely possibilities. Now, although it seems improbable, there's still one other place she could be. What? What is this one possibility you're talking about? That's obviously a bluff. So where's her dead body then? She's not dead. Finally, I think the pieces are falling into place. Normally the living have no way to punish the dead. But I think there is a way to give Dalia Hawthorne the ultimate punishment. Should I tell you, Miss Hawthorne? Should I tell you where Maya is this very instant? Maya Fey is... There's only one possibility left. Namely, she's right here in this very courtroom. What? Maya Fey is here? She's here in my courtroom? Why is Godot playing along? Dalia Hawthorne, I seem to recall that you said I had misunderstood one thing, you see. So what? But I think there's one more thing you misunderstood. What do you mean? Tell me something. At this very moment, who is channeling Dalia Hawthorne? Why that's obvious. It's Pearl Fey. That pathetic little sniveling runt. You're wrong. Pearl's tried, but she couldn't do it. I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. Isn't there any explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit. Someone called me before Pearl did, but who? Who could it be? Who could it be, Dalia? Pearl's even tried again on the day after the crime. But she couldn't do it. What could that mean? I think the truth is becoming clearer to you right about now, am I correct? Ah! It wasn't Pearls that channeled you. There was someone who called you before she could. This is an easy one. Pearls couldn't do it, and Misty Fey is gone. There's only one possibility left. Come on already! I can't stand the tension. Dalia Hawthorne. The person channeling you right now must be... Maya Fey! What? Get wrecked. But how could that be? Remember that what this witness Dalia Hawthorne said about her goal. She said that her goal was to kill Maya Fey. Yes, that's right. But if Maya channeled the spirit of someone that was trying to kill her... Ha! Well, Gramps, what would happen? Could it be? It looks like you finally understand, Your Honor. Well, I don't. What are you going on about? What I'm going on about is the reason Maya channeled you. And there's only one reason. To protect herself from you. You know, you shouldn't say that, because she can just kill herself right now and she would kill Maya. Now that she knows, she can just kill herself and she would end up killing Maya. Why would you tell her? Why would you tell her? Oh god, who wrote this story? Come on. To protect herself from me. Yes, on the night of the crime you were only interested in one thing. Killing Maya Fey! The path back to Hazakura was closed off and there was nowhere for her to run. So then the problem became, where would be the safest place to hide? Ah! You mean, that's when she channeled me. All this time you thought you had been channeled by Pearls. That's why it never occurred to you that Maya's hiding place was you! No, don't say that.